Hello, welcome back to the Woodwork channel. Welcome back to the press box. Today, you've got two Forest fans, myself and Kian, and I'm on the opposite side of the table. We're joined by Josh as well. It's a Nottingham themed show today. So yeah, we've got Notts County, unfortunately. It's not Newcastle. I'm sure most people thought it might have been Newcastle because nobody knows Notts County. But yeah, we're going to talk today about how successful Forest have been. It's been a surprise to me and Kian, and Josh is going to be mediating us, if you like. We've got a Forest quiz coming in round 2, and then we're going to do an FA Cup quarterfinal round preview to start with. But first of all, Josh, people would have seen you if they've watched the channel before for it was our summer series, wasn't it, about England? Yeah. Got quite a few views.
Yeah, I love that.
How excited are you to make your podcast debut?
Living the dream, George.
Yeah.
I'm living the dream. This is what it's all about. Being here today.
Good
there
stuff.
You go.
It all started, we did a college course together in journalism, and we did 2 episodes of, what was it called?
The Locker Room.
The Locker Room.
The Locker Room.
So we've upgraded now, and Kian's came over from the dark side.
Oh, the dark
How
side,
does it feel?
Wow, that is low. That is low.
How does it feel to make your Woodwork debut, Kian?
Oh, no, it's good. Thank you very much for having me.
No
Appreciate
problem. Right, so we're going to talk about Forest. Josh is going to be the sort of mediator. So what's your first question for us, Josh?
How have you gone from being last season so, not poor, but underperforming, to this season overachieving? Like, what has been that switch for you guys?
I think it's been a combination of things, hasn't it? It's been the recruitment that has been spot on. I think apart from the scattergun approach that we took last season, or the first season we came up, which we've had a few hits, a few misses. The last 3 transfer windows have been very solid. We've had a good plan of getting youth mixed with experience. Nuno obviously has got to have a lot to do with it. Like, his style of play, his mannerisms are all through the squad. He's created togetherness that I've never really seen in the Forest dressing room before, maybe apart from the promotion season. There's belief in there, and I think the fact as well, the biggest thing is the fact that we've not been here before. It's uncharted waters. There's no pressure, is there? There's no pressure on the lads. We were 3rd, we've been 2nd, we've been pushing for the top, but if we finished 8th from there, it's still a good season for us, so there's no pressure.
You feel that's what the players and especially the manager is striving off? The fact that there's no pressure, go out there, do what you want.
Absolutely. I think they've got so much confidence.
It's literally try your best, because what you're doing right now is unreal.
And you look at the players we've got Hudson-Odoi, Elanga, Wood, so many players for our team who are not successful at bigger sides. Yeah. They've came to us, and because of the lack of pressure, because they can just go and express themselves, they can be free.
I think another big thing for our transition from last season to this season is the fact Nuno's got a pre-season under his belt. I think that's been a huge, and even during pre-season, I think you'll agree with this, we looked a lot better than past pre-season experiences. Even players like Sangare, who was poor last season, we could admit that. He looked really good in pre-season. Fortunately for him, he's been injured for a lot of this season. But no, like I said, I think Nuno getting a pre-season has been massively, not underestimated, but just not thought about enough. I think it's huge.
People were saying it a lot at the start, but I think as well, under Cooper, the last 2 we had, it was very weird because the players, it was like a youth team until the last game, wasn't it? We played you, and we played a fully youth squad. And
I don't know if you did.
I think Emmanuel Dennis played.
That's the point.
Exactly. You actually had a few main players.
A few. But my point is, this season, from game 1 at Chesterfield, it was the full squad. It was the first team playing. I think we played a back 3 most of the pre-season, didn't we? Which we've gone away from and came back to. But yeah, pre-season has been huge as well.
I think one of the things, especially from an outsider's point of view, who isn't a die-hard Forest fan like yourselves.
Although a little bit of you is. I remember that promotion, guys. That promotion season, right? We were in college together. Josh was in love with us, weren't you? You were feeling Forest and Magic on and off the pitch in college.
That's brilliant.
That's
brilliant.
Do you know, I actually worked for the club for a little bit, and we got free tickets to go to the games after. So you can't help but have that little bit of.
It was switch sides eventually.
I'm not having it, boys. But anyway, especially from an outsider's point of view, it looks like the squad is so together, the manager is so together. You see, on Instagram and Snapchat and everything after a game, even if you've won but not played well, for example, everyone's together. And Gibbs White, especially, because obviously with his call up, he was interviewed, I think it was ITV, and he said the togetherness of the squad is what is making you play so well. Do you guys see that as well?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. That's a huge part of it, isn't it? Like I said, I don't feel pressure, and they feel so together. There isn't any bad apples. And in the summer, we had a 45 million bid rejected for Elanga, and a lot of us were like, that's a bit weird. And the biggest reason cited was because he was such an asset to the team bond, to the team togetherness, and that shows that Marinakis is all about success on the pitch. You could have taken 5 million, because at that time I don't think Elanga would have been worth that. I think that was a very good offer for him. And this season he's maybe proven that might be his transfer sort of value. But the fact that at that point he rejected it showed that there was a big drive into, let's just give the players as much confidence and freedom as they can.
I think having a good togetherness in anything, but especially football, having a good togetherness is so important. Like, you've seen some sides in the past, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but you can just see they're not together. I mean, the side that comes to my head is Watford. They were never like a built together kind of team. It was just a load of individuals.
I thought that about when Leicester got relegated.
United, actually,
You know, when Leicester got relegated,
like Tielemans,
they had some of the best individual players, didn't they?
But they weren't a team.
But they just weren't a team.
But it shows the manager's so important at building that, doesn't it? Like, we look at Nuno, and you look at Watford, they have a manager every 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I think you see what people say about Nuno, players, sorry. They don't see him as like a manager, they just see him more as a...
Yeah. I think there's both of it, isn't it? I think they see him as a manager, but you saw us, it was the FA Cup, the shootout win, wasn't it? Against
he literally ran onto the pitch,
he had Olorino on his back.
Running across the pitch. Like, what Premier League manager do you see doing that?
That is absolutely brilliant.
And where it started for me was Burnley away last season, so I think we were pretty much safe, but it wasn't mathematical. I think there was like a 12-goal swing. We could have still gone down if we'd have lost. And Luton, I forgot who Luton were playing, but I think it was West Ham.
Fulham, I think.
Fulham. So it was a game that they could have won if they had to, I think, and I think they drew in the end, didn't they?
Yeah.
But that's when we secured survival, and at the end, the players like pushed Nuno to the fans to have his sort of celebration.
He seems like he's so well respected now.
He is now, but because we went from Cooper, who was such an outgoing figure to the fans, Nuno isn't that, and maybe he was at Wolves, but I think especially coming in after Cooper, he had to do something different. He had to be more of a sort of colder figure.
He was.
But from that moment, he endeared himself, and since then he's been loved.
I mean, what I liked about Nuno when he first came in was the fact he was praising Cooper straight away. It wasn't just brushing him to the side. He was showing how important Cooper was and how important he knew he was to the fans. And he's obviously taken that on board, and now look at him. He's probably, would you say he's more loved than Cooper?
No.
Whoa.
Well, for me, I don't think I'll ever love a manager more than unless he wins us a Prem or a Champions League. I don't think it'll happen. I just, because Cooper made me. It's going to sound very sad, but Cooper for the first time made me believe in my football club.
I get that.
You know what I mean?
The only time you would have thought is Sabri.
Yeah,
but even then we weren't great.
No, and we weren't even at the games towards the end, so it wasn't as special. But that, honestly, that season, it'll be hard to top that season.
Oh yeah,
but
again, the togetherness.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Do you know what I mean?
And the lack of pressure, because we were bottom of the league.
Exactly. It kind of like breeds a winning mentality once you've got the no pressure, the togetherness, and you are winning games. I think it just breeds a winning mentality, and it's really gone throughout the whole club, hasn't it? It's not just been with the players and like the manager. It's gone through the coaching staff, and it's gone through to the whole team. Yeah. And I think everyone in Nottingham now knows that Forest,
apart from you lot,
knows that Forest are unreal. Like
they are. Everyone in the country.
They really know. Like, you guys are the top dogs. But I'm going to ask the question: the elephant in the room. Champions League football?
No, we're moving on. We're not talking about. Well, let's talk about our ambitions at the start of the season. Now, if you'd have said that we'd be third, everyone would have laughed at you, right?
Oh yeah.
Personally, I would have taken a season where we were 12th, 13th.
Surely top 12. Surely top 12.
No, I don't think we'll get top 12.
I was thinking just no worry of relegation, be consistently 7 or 8 points above it, and maybe once we're safe, have a cup run. Were you the same?
Yeah. I thought like we weren't going to go down. I just never thought we would, even in the summer when we brought in the likes of Milinkovic, because Milinkovic was a big name when he was at Fiorentina, and bringing him in, I was like, we're going to be fine. Yeah,
defensively.
Yeah, and we're going to lose games, of course, but we will do enough to stay up, and it'll be just a mid-table kind of thing, so nothing too much to worry about. But we've been proven wrong here, haven't we?
Yeah, very, very nice.
I mean, I had Nuno to be the first manager sacked at the start.
A lot of people did.
That's awful, but
and obviously, probably, maybe manager of the season. Who knows? But
we'll come on to manager of the season because I do want to talk about that.
Do you think Champions League football's on, boys? Come on, don't be afraid to say it.
I'm not going to admit it. I might want to say it in private, but I'm not saying it on here. I think we'll get European football. We will get European football.
Yeah, Europe's.
But we'll Conference League is what I'll say.
I would say my opinion on it. I'm happy to.
Go on, Kian.
I think the fact.
If we don't, we've got someone to blame here.
We know who to blame.
Obviously, we've known Forest all our lives to bottle something like this. But the fact.
Should we talk about Sabri?
The playoffs. Was that the playoffs?
So if you guys don't know, watch him, right? Forest were 6th, Swans were 7th. We were 3 points ahead of them, and our goal difference was.
I think Cardiff were in it as well, weren't they? But
Yeah, Swansea and Cardiff were 3 points behind us. We were 6th, they were 7th and 8th. And our goal difference was 6 better than theirs.
Yeah, by Swansea's, yeah.
Okay, so Forest have got to get a point. Get a point. If not,
against an
Stoke,
awful Stoke side.
who finished 17th?
Something like that, yeah.
Right?
I love this story. Yeah,
Forest
carry on.
lose 4-1. Reading lose 4-1 to Swansea. By the way, we're at home and Swansea are away. Obviously, it's COVID, so it's not much of a difference.
Brilliant.
And
Brilliant.
I think I was laid on my bedroom floor for 20 minutes and didn't say a thing.
I started punching my door.
That sounds about right. Yeah, Kian loses his head a lot more
I
than
lose
me.
my head a lot with football.
Yeah,
It's not nice. You've experienced
It's
it.
the best yet worst thing in the world, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I think that's. Surely we don't bottle something as bad as that again.
Yeah,
but
the thing is, the essence of everything suggests it, that we've had nothing to suggest we're not going to. Our form, our consistency, and the biggest thing of the season has been us reacting to shortcomings.
Yeah.
Because we're nobody, even Liverpool that have a perfect season, their only loss was to Forest in the Premier League. Yeah, but so
many times.
we didn't start the season well, did we? We started the season with a point against Bournemouth, a point against Wolves, and a 1-0 scrappy win against Southampton away.
I mean, that should have been a lot more.
Yeah, it should have been.
a lot more.
I mean, Wood couldn't hit a barn door that day, could he? And
No.
if he had, it could have been 3 or 4. But then we followed that up with winning away at Liverpool. That kick-started us. Then we had we lost to Fulham, didn't we? But we had a decent-ish form. Then we lost to Newcastle, City, and Arsenal in the space of
3 games.
3 games. I think
Three,
we won
4
Ipswich in
games,
between
yeah.
it. 4 games, 1 win, 3 losses. Now that could have kicked the stuffing out of us, and I think then we were only about 6th or 7th.
Yeah.
We weren't in the top 4 then, but we went on a run of games of 6 wins in a row. And for me, that's when I started to
don't think I've
believe
ever
it.
seen it.
No.
I don't think we've ever seen a winning run like that.
No, and especially the confidence of the performances. Like we lost away at the Etihad 3-0. We were very bad. And 3 days later, we go away to Old Trafford and win 3-2. And I know Man United aren't the United of the past, are they? But still,
And this
you
is
go
this
down-
season. This is this
you're not-
season.
This
yeah?
season,
So
you're not expecting us to
this
do that.
when it clicked?
This for me, that run is when it clicked.
Is this just
That's
when
it clicked. Yeah,
is this when you guys start thinking like, we're actually
Yeah.
better than we
I don't
thought?
think I ever
I
believed
think-
Champions League would be
No,
on
no, of
until
course.
Ipswich. Really,
I tell you what, the game for me was Villa at home.
Yeah,
Like 1-0 down with how many minutes ago?
it was
Like
at 81.
81. We get a goal disallowed.
Yeah, and that's Elanga. And Elanga came off the bench, didn't
yeah.
he? He scored
Oh,
got
I
disallowed.
remember this
Yeah.
game, yeah.
Martinez made an absolutely unbelievable save, which
So you were just thinking, right, whatever we do, it's not going to go in.
yeah. And then Milenkovic scored the equaliser when Martinez threw it into his own net,
Yeah.
pretty much.
I tell you what, I turned to Grandad and said we're going to win this.
Same.
Did ya?
You knew from that goal we were going to win this game, and then that was the first that Elanga, because we scored in 90th minute again to win it. That was the first 90th minute winner we'd scored since Millwall in the Championship.
So
When
that was
Lewis
2022. That was
Yeah.
the start of 2022.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the whole of the rest of the promotion season and the 2 in the Prem.
Yeah.
So that's something special.
So we never known Forest to score late goals.
No.
In the past
No,
few years,
never.
anyway.
And then after that game, we beat Spurs on Christmas Boxing Day,
Day.
wasn't it? That was the only team we'd not taken a point off in the Premier League as of yet, and we beat them. That's, I think, sent us 3rd, didn't it?
Yeah.
Then we went away to Everton and finished 2nd, and then that run, Brentford was in it as
Brentford,
well, 2-0
yeah.
away win. We went to Brentford, who had, I think they were unbeaten at home, weren't they?
Yeah.
And honestly, we just walked them off the park. Like it was we
Yeah.
were in second gear the whole time, and even it was 2-0. We
Then
were very
Wolves-
comfortable at that game,
then there
weren't
was
we?
Wolves.
Away. That's a run of 6 games that we
Yeah.
won convincingly, and that really it gave us a buffer in the top 3, didn't it? Because since
Yeah.
then our form hasn't been amazing. We
Yeah,
had the
it
Bournemouth
dipped
loss.
a bit after Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then there was the Southampton game, which is the only
Yeah, so we're
game
3-0 up at half time.
Yeah, it's the only game like I think I've ever seen Forest win, and I've came out annoyed.
Yeah.
I was-
yeah.
Really?
You know,
Yeah, but
you know, I
we're
was
3-0
annoyed.
up, Josh, and we end up
Scrape.
upset and like scared that we're going to concede with this 3-2
I mean,
to
a lot-
Southampton, bottom of the league.
Aina cleared one off the line
Yeah.
right at the end, so we could have bottled that to a 3-3.
Yeah.
So
But you just feel like nothing's going to stop us. That's the thing. Like apart from typical Forest, like doing what we do.
obviously there's the Bournemouth game, but we don't.
Yeah,
we don't
talk about Bournemouth or what else came up?
Newcastle.
Newcastle, Fulham. Yeah, but that's the thing. We've reacted from those defeats so well. Like we came after the Newcastle game and we get a point against we beat Man City. Man City. By the way, Forest beat Man City.
And
what?
Liverpool in the same season.
Yeah. We beat.
Yeah.
We reacted from the Bournemouth 5-0 with a 7-0 win against Brighton. Like we just do so well to put those behind us and move on. And I think that's the biggest.
Not many
Maybe-
clubs. Not many clubs
maybe
can
the-
say you've beat Liverpool, City,
And then
United.
Also won 7-0 in the same
Same
season.
season.
7-0.
Yeah, it's so
Not many
much
clubs
this
can
season.
say that.
No.
Wow.
It's been pretty incredible. Who's been your best player, Kian, this year?
Now this
is tough,
is
isn't it?
a
It's
debate
very
me
tough.
and my stepdad have all the time.
Mhm.
We don't have a clue. We do not have a clue because it's so hard to narrow it down to just one.
Yeah.
I think your standouts for me are there's obviously a few standouts. Your standouts are Sells, Aina, Milenkovic, Murillo, Anderson, Gibbs, White, and Wood.
Now, the essence of our success is shown there because half of that is the back four.
Hmm.
And the thing is, we've had the best defence in the league or up there for a while. And you take the anomalies of Newcastle conceding 4, City conceding 3, and
Bournemouth 5.
Bournemouth conceded 7. Take them out of it, they're like at off days, on average, defensively, we're very sound. We can see very little shots on target. Sells has been sensational. Oh my word.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely unreal.
Like, he's got the most clean sheets, but he's deserved it. It's not like he's had... Murillo and Milenkovic are solid in front of him. And for me, Milenkovic is our best player this season because he's transformed us the most. I think he's the biggest difference from last year. Because you look at last season, we considered a corner, and it was basically
26 set pieces we conceded from.
It was awful. It was embarrassing.
They always say a good goalkeeper can get you 12 points a season.
I think.
And how many?
I think he's around then, if not 15.
Yeah.
There's so many
That
times.
Liverpool game he had.
You look how many times, like how many mistakes he's made. Not many at all. Not many.
The
at
only
all.
one would probably be Bournemouth.
I was just about to say the only one
Bournemouth
I can
and
think
Brighton.
of is Bournemouth.
Mm.
The only
Oh, the
one I
Brighton.
No, he
free
made
kick.
one. The other week I was a bit critical of him. When was it?
Who did we play the other week?
Was it?
Well,
It was Ipswich because I thought it looked a bit
Oh.
small. Yeah, like Cajuste goal from the edge of the box.
Yeah.
I thought it looked a bit small then. But you can't criticise Matt Sells.
No,
What I
of
like about
course.
him as well, and what I like about a lot of the squad, is that they just play to their limitations. They know
There you
their
go.
limitations. Like
Yeah.
Sells can't play from the back. If he needs to, he'll just boot it. Milenkovic can't play from the back. We scored a goal from it against Ipswich. But if he can't pass it to Murillo, who can find a pass into midfield,
he'll just
hoof it long.
And we scored it
And
from Wolves.
that's the players just play to their strength. They don't try to be something they're not. And Nuno's giving them the confidence to just thrive with who they are. And it's so refreshing to see players play with such confidence. And our style of play has been spoken about a lot. We don't have the ball. It's not the conventional way of playing.
Do you guys actually enjoy watching you play?
It's so exciting.
Really?
It's so exciting, Josh, because we get the ball
1 minute.
and one thought, it's go. It's go.
Yeah.
What a football team, you know?
I mean, I also like the style of play because we don't actually get many injuries. Touch wood.
No.
There's no one to touch it.
Yeah.
But
That's
no.
got to be something about Nuno, though, because we played not similar with Cooper, but we didn't have the ball with Cooper.
But we
and
also had
every single
awful
player
injuries.
under the sun was injured.
Yeah.
So that's got to be something that he's
But
doing.
what injuries have we had? We have
We've had
Gibbs
Anderson
White
and Gibbs
and
White.
Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah. Bear and Miguel, the goalkeeper,
Miguel.
our reserve goalkeeper. Ugh. What are we going to do about that? Wayne Hennessy had to come into the Premier League
Wayne
squad to
Hennessy.
compensate that. But, yeah. Now, it's just been such an amazing season.
From someone who is used to watching, you have to make like 500 passes before you even get in the opposition's half.
Yeah.
Like, Notts County is just pure possession-based football.
But I'm
It-
so
it,
glad.
It can be boring.
I'm
not
so
gonna lie to
glad.
you, it can be boring. Like, I think Notts County averaged something like 61% possession this
Oh,
year.
no.
Right?
And Forest have
I'd
never
love to
been
know
like
your
that.
guys' average possession.
We've never been.
I think it's 40. I think it's 40.
Wow.
But even Sabri, Karanka, it was never possession-based football, was
No.
it? It's only Warburton tried and didn't
Yeah.
really succeed.
I mean, that Brighton game, we had something like 30% possession,
And
scored
scored
7
7
goals.
goals.
Seven
And I think
goals.
we had our XG was about 5,
Yeah.
which is hard to get that over 2 in a normal game, isn't it? So, yeah,
Exactly.
that's. I just love our style of play. Like, I remember last year. Do you remember Arsenal that we lost 2-1? But the first half, Arsenal just came and walked it side to side, side to side.
Yeah.
It was the most bored I've ever been at a football match.
I do not remember anything from that
No.
game. It was probably the
most.
most.
Turner made a mistake, shock.
Yeah.
Shock,
But
horror.
That
And Taiwo scored. He bodied Saliba.
that
and bashed it in there.
Arsenal game was probably one of the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was so
It was
bad.
awful.
But how? I don't know how people can't enjoy watching Forest. We get the ball and we've got one thought, and it's that.
Yeah,
and it's
forward.
find the ball forward.
Yeah,
if
100%.
it doesn't, they're just so confident to take risks as well. Like,
100%.
and I do want to. You can clip this up for TikTok. I do want to talk about this. Nuno has to be the Premier League manager of the season, and I understand the argument for Arne Slot because he's a foreign manager and he's won the Premier League, and it normally takes something special for the winner of the Premier League not
Yeah,
to
of
win it. But
course.
I think this season has to be one of them.
No, yeah,
Nuno,
I agree.
Nuno,
I
yes, has
agree.
been there slightly longer, but his squad finished 4 points ahead of Luton, who are now bottom of the Championship.
Yeah.
Arne Slot's team finished third in the Champions League. We are now third in the Premier League. We've got one of the best defences, and Nuno's style is so ingrained in the Forest players. To have that achievement, for Forest, if we do finish in the top 4, for me, there's no doubt because Arne
Yeah,
Slot has had
yeah.
such an advantage over Nuno.
And-
The recruitment, that the players he's brought in have all succeeded, and he's just created that such a positive energy between the players that for me, there's no doubt in my mind.
And also, out of the outcomes, Slot couldn't beat Nuno.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Salah and Slot had 2 games against Nuno.
Wow.
Did nothing.
Would you say like this is like the best memories you guys have? Like, would you say this is since you've been supporting Forest, this has been the best time to be a Forest fan since you've been supporting?
The promotion season though was special because
it was the first time,
and you guys were absolutely nowhere.
And we got to
you went there.
Bottom of the league after 7 games, 1 point away against Derby,
and then we see us at Wembley. Same season,
and
also we also had an FA Cup run where we got to the quarters,
and we should have beaten Liverpool if Zinchenko actually tapped it in the net.
Yeah, so we could have got to the semis then.
We beat Leicester, the holders, and Arsenal.
Yeah,
I know I know, like a lot of outsiders could say, "How are you not enjoying this season more? You're 3rd in the Premier League."
Yeah,
but it's that 23 years of hurt. Ended just like that.
Yeah,
of course.
So
no, I get that. I think the memories that you guys curated when you went up, when you were bottom, you had pretty much no identity to you. You had players that maybe weren't putting in 100%.
That's the thing as well. Well, we had for me, I think Marinakis was starting to lose interest then because you look at our squad. Well, the final was 5 loanees on the pitch.
Yeah.
Right? We had very little investment that summer, did we? And I think if we hadn't have succeeded, he would have lost interest then. Even in the summer, even in the January, when I don't think we were quite in the playoffs, but we were about 10th and we obviously had that very good run. In summer, we signed Steve Cook for free, Keenan Davis on loan and Sam Surridge for a free transfer. That's
all. It
was a free transfer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a free transfer from Stoke.
Where is he now?
He's in America.
Nashville,
he scored a class goal actually last week.
Isn't he?
Yeah, but that's not investment. I mean, Steve, they're brilliant transfers, especially Steve Cook, better than Figueiredo getting us over the line, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
But they're not the transfers you'd think that an owner that really believed in promotion and believed in the squad would do.
Yeah,
so that's what slightly annoyed. I think Cooper has to be lauded in a similar vein to Marinakis for getting us to the Prem.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously Marinakis and Nuno in turn have taken us to where we are.
It wasn't Cooper's squad, was it?
No.
No, exactly.
It was a mix of Hutons, it was a mix of Sabris.
And the board that made decisions as well.
Exactly. So
how does the transfers work for you guys? Is it the manager has the decision, or
I
the
don't
board
think any of us
has?
have ever known. Really,
I think some of it. They've got a scout. I think it's very 50-50. It's like you've got scouts, which we've had some unbelievable scouts lately. George Sarunalis, is that how you say it?
Yeah,
he's been unbelievable. Then you've got the manager's decision because Cooper did sign the likes of Andre Ayew. That was definitely a Cooper signing.
But Chris Wood I'm sure Chris Wood was a Cooper signing.
and then you've got the owner with his son Matildas.
Yeah,
Matildas loved a name, didn't he? Apparently
Jesse.
Yeah, I think was he behind Jesse? Do you reckon?
He would have been. I think.
Yeah, because I think he was the one trying to get Fab to tweet about us.
Yeah,
brilliant.
What I'd say though is there is now a clear model. Whoever signs the players, they've got to fit a profile.
Yeah,
and it's either experienced and knows either the league or knows elite football, or it's young and it's for the future. And look at our team. We've got Murillo and Milenkovic, who are both the epitome of that in each sense.
Definitely.
Murillo, who played 11 games in Brazil before we signed him. 11 games, and just came in and Real Madrid.
How much did you sign him for?
11 million.
11 million for a player that's
the thing is,
barely played any games in Brazil.
What a spot that is!
I mean, it's a big fee for a player that's not played much football. So you took a gamble, and it's possibly.
And if we sell him,
you've had.
I mean, he's left-footed, he's young, and he's Brazilian. That boosts it from if he's right-footed and from Stoke.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Have you guys promoted many players apart from Ryan Yates? Obviously,
that's what we might struggle at because next season
you need
4 youth players in UEFA's squads. Now we've only got Yates actually in the first team, and then we've got
Zach Abbott, Aaron Bott.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So we need to have
unless they try and re-sign Jono or re-sign Matty Cash.
Yeah, they're on about potentially re-signing Cash or Johnson.
But Johnson doesn't start for us.
No, I don't think Jono starts at the minute.
Cash doesn't start for us. They're good depth players.
You don't think Cash starts?
Nah, He's been the best right back in the league.
Yeah.
By far the best right back in the league.
I absolutely love Cashy, but
as a backup he'd be alright. And he's versatile, isn't he? And I don't know if he would though. Depends what Villa do.
Yeah.
But
Villa are, Champions League football. You maybe see yourself
there.
They
might not get it.
You'll be in there. No, they're obviously currently in there.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that could be you next season. Do you think you genuinely do.
You could have come back to us. I'm not answering. Kian's answered. I'm not
Come
answering.
on, come on.
No, let's
George.
have an
George,
outside view.
I know you want to.
I'm not.
I honestly believe there is nothing that is going to stop you.
And this,
I think there are no.
This man, the whole. I think until last month ago, you're going to bottle it. You're going to bottle it. You're going to bottle it. You're going to finish eighth. You're going to finish eighth.
There is just nothing or nobody that can stop you.
Well,
one of the best clubs on the planet, Manchester City, Liverpool, cannot stop you.
I also think the fact that it's top 5 for Champions League as well.
It's a big. I think that is more. It's just a confidence boost for the players. Like if it was top 4, they might be a bit edgy. They might not have gone at City to try and beat them, and they think let's get a point. But because it's top 5, I think they're just like.
I think we get it. I think we get it.
You see it now, boys. The Champions League anthem, the City ground, players walking out.
I was doing that on FIFA the other day. It felt good.
Right, Ellie's not in the studio this week, but I'm also having Will now trying to be in charge of me and tell me to hurry up. So if you put the camera back on me, Will, I'll do the outro. We're going to have a Forest-themed quiz in a few seconds, so stay tuned for that. Hello, welcome back to the Press Box segment 2. It's a Forest-themed quiz. Shall I get my Forest top out for this?
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, come on. Let's. Yes. Oh, I finally caved into buying a Forest top. It was £81 at the start of the season, but now
what did you get it for?
It's down to £30 now. So you have to pay £6 to get that on as well. It's a disgrace, isn't it?
Champions League one next season.
Yeah, that'll be about 20 just to have the match on. But yeah, I've caved and I've bought it. So yeah. Go on, over to you, Josh.
Are we ready to get into the quiz?
Yes.
Okay.
Right, explain what the quiz is.
So we've got 6 questions. Just 6 questions. I think they're quite good trivia questions, and I think probably most of them. I think you guys should get. You guys are quite knowledgeable when it comes to Forest. Question really easy. What we're going to do, we're just going to blurt out the answers, and if I think you both have said it at the same time, I will decide. Being the quizmaster.
Okay. So you're just going to give it to him, then, aren't you?
So we will see. Yeah, like I said, 6 questions, and then we're going to move on to 4 lineups that I have for you guys. And with the lineups, it is going to be. I'm just start with you on the first one, for example, and then keep on going between yourselves until you can't.
By the way, looking at that camera, show your trim. Go back to Josh. Look, show your trim. Josh has gone for a new mohawk.
Brilliant. It's the modern mullet. It's gone for
mullet, not mohawk. Ignore that.
Exactly.
But
poor.
Comment below.
So I actually went to my same barber, which I do regular, but. Yeah.
Is he Screwdriver?
It was same barbers, but a different barber.
Oh.
If you know what I mean.
It's that you've been telling me you're going to do a mullet for a while, though. It's the first time you've taken the plunge.
Yeah, exactly. It's the first time I went for it, but moving on.
Right, let's do the questions.
So, very first question, boys. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Start off nice and easy, okay? What year was Forest formed?
1865. That's a draw. Come on.
I'm going to have to go with George, I think, actually.
No,
anything.
I'll take
a draw.
You
take 2 point each, yeah?
I'll take
point each.
My Forest podcast is called 1865, so I sort of do have to get that.
Yeah, I would. If you didn't get that, boys, I would have been surprised. Okay.
When we're not founded?
1864.
2?
1862.
It's 2?
Yeah, 1862.
I think it's 2, yeah.
No, it is 1862. It's just
that's
we won our first trophy in 1864. Do you know, is it bad? No, we won the FA Cup in 1894, but in 1864 we won our first cup. Moving on.
The Anglo?
No, it weren't. It was some like West Bridgford football team thing. God. So yeah. Anyway, in 1991 you played in the FA Cup final. Who scored your only goal?
Pierce, free kick.
Yeah.
Stuart Pearce.
I was there.
It literally just came into my head.
I was there.
Yeah.
You was there.
Right, shall I keep tallying the points on here as soon as you're not going to be able to do that?
Yeah, you could do that.
Right.
Do you want to know what came into my head first? The bloody match day video would play at the start.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, the video's in there.
Right. This next one's probably my favourite question. But actually, who was the club's very first manager?
Ooh.
I've not got a clue, to be honest. Really don't have a clue. Good time.
Neither do I.
Can you pull it out of the bag?
No.
Neither
No.
Probably should.
Someone called Harry Radford.
Yeah, that does.
Harry Radford.
It don't even ring a bell for me, actually.
Yeah. When you won the league in 1978, who came second?
Liverpool. You know that was me.
Yeah, well done, George.
Sorry,
well
kid.
done, George.
I believe in miracles. That's the film.
Are we ready?
That's it. Yeah, go on.
When you first came back to the Premier League, who scored your first goal?
I won you.
Oh,
it was Tyler, yeah. West Ham at home.
Taru, Mr. Poppadom legs himself.
I was thinking about the Newcastle game. We definitely didn't score then.
Actually, this is definitely my favourite.
Is this
question.
the one that you came up with?
This is my favourite.
Have you
question.
fact checked it?
No. The fact check was
the first manager.
No, which one was it? It was no, it was Harry Radford.
Oh right.
That was the first one.
On
the 22nd of March, 2014, you were beaten 5-0 by a team.
Derby.
Such a
Sorry, I
don't know how I can remember that so quick.
I had to add the end there. I had to.
I don't know how I can remember that
That's
so
awful.
quick.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
What was the last?
We are
just pause. The last time Notts hosted Mansfield. Can you remember what the score was, Kian?
I actually can't.
It was Notts County 1, Mansfield.
Oh, yeah, like 4-5, wasn't it?
4? Was it 4? Josh?
Yeah, now I can remember it. Now I can remember it.
Aidan Flint header. Yeah.
Forest
moving on.
fan, apparently.
Yeah.
Going back to that game.
What? The Notts Mansfield game?
No, actually, no,
Derby.
definitely. Going back to the Derby game.
Yeah.
Ready for your lineup questions, boys?
You're going to do a lot. Is that it?
The Derby.
Is that 6? Yeah, it is
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
We drew.
No, that's only 5, isn't it?
No, because we both got
Drew.
a point.
You both
first.
didn't
One,
know,
two.
you weren't both. You didn't know the Radford.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Right. So it's
So,
3-all.
Name me the starting lineup for
Who's
that.
going first?
2014. George, I'm going to start with you.
I don't know if I'll get one, to be honest, because
I
I wasn't
think-
going
I
to
think I
Forest.
can
then.
get-
2014.
No,
I think
I
I
wasn't
can
going then.
Yeah, because you're only a plastic
I
fan.
think I can know for you.
10-year season ticket, mate.
Yeah, it's a fair one. It's 10 years as well.
It wasn't. Carl Darlow.
My
Is that
favourite
one?
player of
Get
all
in.
my favourite player of all time.
Darlow?
Yeah, I
Really?
love Darlow.
Okay, go on then.
Okay.
That was one I had. Thing is, I remember Billy playing a really dodgy lineup that day.
Did he?
Because
Sounds
it was
about,
his
sounds
last
about right.
game in
And it's his
charge.
old club.
I will accept, even though we're doing starting 11, I will accept who came on in that game because it's
I'm
a
gonna
tough
say,
one.
is it Andy Reid? What?
Okay,
You sure?
I'm very sure.
Right, so that means that any more I get the points.
So I
So
don't.
if I get one
can't
more-
even say any more.
Right.
Great.
Jamal Lascelles.
That's an extra point.
Right, so that's 4.
Oh, he's gonna win this already, man.
Greg Halford.
Came on as a sub in the 64th
Oh, I
minute.
don't. That is
He came on as a
Right.
sub in the 64th.
It's too early for Lehigh, wasn't it? Let's go. Guy Moussi.
Ooh.
Is that too late?
Actually, I think he did actually.
He was in the starting 11. Came
Right.
off at half time.
Yeah, Cohen. No,
He
Cohen.
probably injured, mate.
Who was up top? Cohen, yeah. Antonio. No, season before, wasn't it?
Oh, you gotta take that, you gotta take
I'm
that,
taking
you
your
gotta
first
take
answer.
that.
I'm taking your
Antonio,
first
no,
answer.
It was the season before.
I'm
Was,
not having
was,
that, I'm
Darius,
not having
was Darius Henderson playing?
Was
Darius
it
Henderson.
Matt Derbyshire or Simon Cox? Up top.
Or Gonzalo Yara right back?
You say Henderson?
Yeah,
What was the full lineup?
Give us the full lineup.
So, boys, I'm going to go with, I'll take their first initial because I won't know their
Alright.
first names. So, K. Darlow. G. Jara?
Yara.
Yeah, are you
Yara,
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Lascelles. D. Collins, captain.
Danny Collins, yeah.
D. Fox.
Danny
Fox.
Fox.
That's the first ever player I got on my shirt.
Jamie
Danny
Mackey.
Fox. Jamie Mackey.
I didn't like Mackie.
J. Greening.
Jonathan Green.
I hated him.
Oh, boys,
Hated
don't
him.
know how I'm going to
Well,
say
how far we came, by the way. David Vaughan.
Majewski.
Oh, Raddy
Majewski, yeah.
Yeah.
Baller.
Moosey. Patterson.
Jamie Patterson.
Oh,
And
Lam-
Cox.
Simon Cox. Who else came on? Lansbury.
D. Henderson.
Darius
G.
Henderson, yeah.
Halford.
Go
And
Calvin.
M. Derbyshire.
Matt
Matt
Derbyshire.
Derbyshire.
Right.
Yeah, fair.
6-3 to George.
And that's how it stands.
Should we end the quiz?
That's it.
Right, carry
Kian,
on.
I'll start with you, Kian.
Alright,
I'll start with you.
What game?
On the 12th of August, 2023, you were beaten 2-1 by Arsenal.
Oh, so we're first game of last season, isn't
Right.
it? Yeah.
Matt Turner.
Correct.
Scott McKenna.
Yeah.
Willie Bolly.
Joe Worrell.
Ola Reiner.
Nico Williams.
I don't think he was.
George, you are out.
Was it tough?
Thing is, I don't even know if
It
it
wasn't
was...
even-
No. I know it was at left back because it was Sergio Aurier at right back.
Yes, it was already.
Yeah, it was.
Then Gibbs White.
Yep.
Awonyi.
You're out. Didn't start the game.
You
Didn't
got
Did he
two,
not
so you got
start?
2 extra
Brennan
points
Johnson.
there.
Brennan Johnson.
Yeah, 'cause
So
came
you
on-
missed.
came off the bench and scored, didn't he?
You missed.
Kalanga came on.
You missed.
No, they both came
Danilo,
on. They both came on.
Mangala, Ryan Yates. Obviously, you missed Brennan as well.
Yeah,
But-
and you're not doing bench for them.
Yeah,
because
we're
it was
going to do the bench because
modern.
I think
There's
you should,
about
I
five.
think you boys should get.
I should have got. I
got.
should have done better there. I
Yeah.
knew names.
This
but,
one. This one.
So it's
I'll be
6-5 to me
6-5.
at the minute.
This one, boys. I expect a full 11.
Okay.
I expect a full 11. On the 8th of August, 2024, you faced Olympiacos away in a pre-season friendly.
No, that's not right. I didn't even what. That is out of order.
I can remember.
Friendly?
This was when
I didn't even. I was at work.
This was when, and I will give you a bit of an update on this one.
That's ridiculous.
Was it 2 different 11s?
I will give you an update. That started the game. It is a very strong squad.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. Right.
Bearing in mind,
Is it me
this
first?
season.
Is it me
This
first?
is someone's
Is it me
got
first?
upset.
Yeah, you
Right. Sales.
Correct.
Gibbs White.
Correct.
Chris Wood.
Correct.
Elanga. He scored a brace. Don't tell me Elanga did not start. He scored a brace that day. Surely it wasn't.
Elanga, I'm not seeing him on here.
What?
I'm not seeing.
Oh, I've
Elanga
had a
on
stinker.
here.
Right. Kian's out. Kian's out.
I'm not seeing Elanga on
Right.
here.
Murillo.
Yep.
Right. So that's me. So I've won. So I get a point. I think I've got a feeling Toff played, but I'm not saying it. So who played midfield? So if Elanga didn't play, then Hudson-Odoi would have played.
I think he was injured, wasn't he?
Hudson-Odoi didn't even.
He was
No, because he was
injured.
injured at the start of the season.
Okay, right. So I've won. Okay, 7. Go on then.
So I'll read out the full squad for you. Boys.
Milenkovic played.
No, I'll read out the full squad. So Sells, Murillo, Sangare, Williams, Anderson, Gibbs White, Wood, Dominguez, Yates, Bolly, Aina.
I should have said Yates.
Boys, I think you should have got
Yeah,
that.
but it's a friendly,
I think you
Josh.
should
Yeah,
have
it's a
got that.
friendly.
The thing is,
it's a friendly.
No, Elanga played out his skin that day. He either scored 1 or scored twice. He
Yeah,
must have come off the bench.
And this one I don't expect you to get
Oh, here we go.
like barely any. So if you do get probably more than 2, I'll be very impressed.
Go on.
Very impressed. On the 15th of July, 2023.
Why are you doing friendlies? No,
you played.
You're
You
out of order
played.
doing friendlies.
You played against the greatest club in Nottingham.
You're out. Well, I
You
know. I
played.
know who scored.
You-
What's the
you-
date?
15th of July 2023. You played against Notts
That's
County
all
in
the
a
youth
pre-season
players.
friendly.
No, you're out of order.
No,
doing
no,
that.
it's not.
Youth
It's,
players.
it's,
You're out of
it's
order
actually
doing
not.
that.
It's actually not. It's actually not.
Right.
I think
You
there is
first for
only
thinking it.
two
You're
that
out
I
of order.
genuinely don't
Right,
recognise.
okay, go on.
Emmanuel Dennis.
Didn't start the game.
What?
It's
No,
Kian.
no. No. Fact check it. I'm convinced he started that game because I lost my head with him at half time.
He came on in the half time at 46.
I am convinced he started that game.
Do you want me to
I'm
fact check it? Do you want me to
convinced-
fact check it?
Yes, I am convinced Dennis started.
This is out of order doing pre-season friendlies.
Oh,
Actually,
it's
out of order.
I expect you.
you're not coming. Josh is not coming back.
I'm convinced Dennis started that day.
How come on the 15th of July? Yeah.
Right. Can I? While you're looking, I'll do. Are you out then?
Well, I want to see
I
this
will
first.
try and fact check it for you.
Right. We'll
Which-
come back. Hello. Welcome back. Apparently, he didn't start.
He did not start the game.
So I've got free reign at this now. And this is
you
the last
literally,
one.
You literally
This
do.
is the last
you
one.
literally so you
I've
have
won. The
won.
quiz anyway.
You have won.
Unlucky kid.
You have won.
Okay.
If you want, I would pull up another lineup.
Yes. Just
yeah,
for fun.
you probably should. but-
Let's see how many you can get off this, because there's no pressure around this now. Literally no pressure. And by the way, I think I'll give you a hint which only you.
Hold
would
on,
get.
no. You can't give him a hint.
No. I'll only give you no points for this then. For
no,
this
okay.
one.
Let me get
This
points
one.
then.
For
Let me
this
get Aurier.
No.
Okay,
So,
fine.
go. I'll give you a hint because you'll only know this. I used to serve him when he used to come into Bella Italia.
Oh, Aguilera.
Yeah, he started the game. Yeah. I used to work for Bella
Right, give us
Italia.
this
He
full
gave me
squad
£5
then, 'cause this is a
tip every time.
disgrace.
I don't think Huang started. He came off the
Niakate,
bench.
Worrell, Williams, Josh Powell, Alex Myton, Mangala,
That stinks.
Fourier.
Fourier.
Oh, I hated it. Gee.
Now this one I'm going to absolutely butcher.
Wang Yizhou.
Bonavicu.
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 I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah.
Right,
Brandon
get a
Shelby
proper
and
lineup
Tyler-
up. Get a
and
proper
Tyler.
lineup up. Get a proper one.
You really
In our
gotta-
lifetime.
Yeah, in the
Your
last 10
lifetime.
years, because this is a disgrace.
Do
I
you
mean,
know-
I'm going to regret this because I'm probably going to lose now. But
Okay, I'm going to carry
Go
on.
on then.
I am
I'm going
convinced.
to swipe in. Give me 2
just get a random
seconds.
game.
I'm still convinced Dennis started.
Sorry, this is. I don't know if anyone's still watching at this point, to be honest. But if you're a Forest fan, hope you're playing along, and hopefully you're not beating me and Kian. You're probably beating Kian.
Probably
to be
been,
fair.
I've had a stinker because I've
Alright.
just said stupid
Okay,
stuff.
so
Here we go.
on the 14th of May 2022, you played Sheffield United away in the playoffs.
Okay, I think
Won
we can do this.
2-1.
Who's going
Right,
first?
you probably need to do subs as well because we're
Yeah.
probably going to get them all.
Right.
Who's going first?
Okay, we'll go with you.
All right, Samba.
The Lord Scott McKenna,
Spence.
Joe Worrell. Don't.
Steve Cook.
Yeah.
James Garner.
Yeah.
Jack Colback.
Yeah.
Ryan Yates.
Yes.
Philip Zinkernagel.
Yeah.
Brennan Johnson.
What a player, by the way.
Do you get his?
Yeah,
Brennan
Johnson.
Johnson.
Who's the other striker?
Oh
who's
no,
who's
it
gonna
was
get this?
Surridge. It was Surridge.
What's
Okay,
Surridge?
so
Right.
we will go.
Hang on. Off the bench and scored, Joe Lolly.
Yeah.
Keenan Davis came on because he had an absolute stinker.
Yeah, and the last player to come on.
Who was it?
Bear in mind, this is George's turn, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, King will get any more points if we've got them all, can he? So it's going to be Colback in it, probably. No, Colback started, so Low? No, because it will play Sheffield United.
No, I won't give you that.
No, don't give us a hint.
Oh.
Don't give us a hint.
Who was it? Did we definitely make 3 subs?
Oh,
Definitely
was
make
it
three
Zande
subs.
Silva?
Is that your final guess?
Yeah, go on.
Do you know who came on?
Hold on, do I not get to guess?
Yeah,
it?
have a
Yeah,
guess.
of course.
You can have a pity point to get
A
you one
pity
behind.
point. Who did we even have midfielders?
Not Figueiredo.
No, I don't think we would have subbed
Figueiredo
the
to place Cook.
on.
Sorry?
Was it
No,
Figueiredo?
I don't. No, they would have kept the whole defence
Yeah.
on because of
Go on, what is it? Who is it? Cafu?
Give up?
give up.
Cafu?
Okay, so I'll give you a hint. He played against Notts County in that pre-season friendly. We just spoke.
Oh, yeah,
We've
not
recently
listening.
spoken.
We weren't listening
We've
to
recently
that.
spoken.
We weren't
about
listening to that. Who is it?
Alex Martin.
Did
yeah,
he?
that's
Alex
yeah,
Martin.
that's about right. So George
Wow.
wins the Forest quiz. George is the ultimate Forest fan. I think we've established from this key on the key. We're going to be back for segment 3 in a few seconds to talk about this weekend's FA Cup quarterfinals. Hello and welcome back to the press box. Now we've had VAR and apparently Kian has been robbed because Bonaventura was Emmanuel Dennis.
So I was correct. I knew he started.
So we're going to have to revisit the quiz. So it's 7-6 to me currently.
By the way, who's ever heard of Bonaventura? People have only heard of
Yeah,
Emmanuel
yeah,
Dennis.
Yeah, well, Josh, if you use the correct apps, then you'll be able to. So, Kian, you're on 6. I think. Did you get no, you didn't get the pity point, did you, for the sub?
No.
Because it was Myton. So it's still 7-4, 7-5. And we've got one more to finish it off, and then we'll move on to the quarter-final FA Cup thing.
Ooh.
Off you go, Josh. Come on.
So, I believe it's the opening day of the season. 14th of August 2021.
Coventry away?
No. 14th of August 2021, you played Bournemouth at home.
Same game.
You played Bournemouth at home. You lost 2-1.
Shock.
Usual.
Who's going first?
George, we'll go with you.
Samba.
Yep.
Thing is, I've really got to be careful because our squad at the start of the season was very,
different to what it was at the end.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Right back, Jordan Gabriel.
It's a shout.
Yeah.
Would you have got that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lawrence Gabriel.
Right, certainty is Johnson.
Yeah.
Who did you say first? Samba?
Yeah.
McKenna?
Yeah.
Not letting you have your McKenna point, mate.
Lau Taylor.
Oh,
Start the game.
did he? Wow.
Yeah, he started the season up front, then he Coventry scored, didn't he?
Yeah. Yates?
Yep.
That was a risk.
I liked it. Especially not gone for the other centre back.
Yeah.
That's what I don't trust.
What, Figueiredo or Worrell?
Because I have a feeling Worrell was injured at the start of the season.
Yeah. But didn't Beso start Coventry?
Did. But
Figueiredo.
Correct.
Get in.
Zinkernagel.
Correct.
How many have we got left now?
Only one.
Oh, that's not fair.
Actually, 2, I believe.
2.
Two.
We've got the left back, haven't
2.
we?
So it's your right forward, I want to say right mid, and your left back.
There's a left back I want to say, but I'm not certain.
I think it's too early for Lau, personally.
It is. There's a name. There's a name, and I don't know if it's too early.
Oh, I think we'll let George either go for the right midfielder or the left back.
Right midfielder.
Said Johnson, didn't you?
Yeah. Johnson's not the right
No,
midfielder.
play through the middle
Yeah.
apparently.
What, Taylor off the left?
Taylor started up front.
So Johnson off the middle?
Johnson played just behind him.
Johnson might have been left.
Played behind him apparently.
Right, I don't think it was, but I'm going to say left back, Finn back.
No.
Was the left back Jordi Osio-Tutu?
It was. What a pull that is,
Fair
Kian.
enough,
What a pull.
Fair
And
enough,
can you
Kian.
get a fun player?
This will draw your level.
I just
Kian,
want. I want.
if you can get the right
Forest
name.
legend.
Don't talk anymore. Don't talk
I'm
anymore.
not saying anything more.
Don't talk anymore.
Forest legend.
Do not.
I don't
talk
think you've said it.
Don't talk
I don't think
anymore.
you've said him.
Forest legend.
Dun, 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 dun. Come on, Kim. We've got FA Cup quarterfinals to get to,
Oh, I
mate.
don't know. What tune were you doing then?
Countdown.
Oh, I thought you were doing a chant.
Grabs.
Grabs.
Who?
Grabs. Lewis Grabban.
Lolly.
It's not. It was Joe
Was
Lolly.
it?
It was
Oh, wow.
Lolly. Love you,
Well, I
Lolly.
got
Okay,
a point.
so that's final score. After Kian
Brilliant.
rioted and moaned, he still lost. Right, let's move on to FA Cup quarterfinals this weekend. So we've got Fulham against Palace, Brighton against Forest, Preston against Villa, and Bournemouth against Manchester City. Fulham Palace first, London kickoff, 12:15 at Craven Cottage. Two teams with nothing really to play for. I suppose Fulham have got an outside chance of Europe,
Yeah,
but I
that's
don't
okay.
know if they will. They've got an advantage over the teams that have got Europe because they've not got as many games.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling Palace for some reason.
I
yeah.
think Fulham. I think
think
Fulham are going
Fulham-
to turn it
yeah.
on.
Fulham
early.
beat-
Palace won away there though.
Did they?
Earlier, I'm
I
sure
thought they
Palace.
drew.
I'm sure
I
Palace.
thought they drew.
Did they drew?
I
Might
think
draw.
Fulham at Craven Cottage are just very good.
No, Palace won away there.
Did
too,
they?
didn't
Wow.
Yeah, Mateta scored, didn't he? Yeah, Mateta.
Oh,
'cause it
maybe
was like,
not,
remember
then.
that Mateta run through the middle,
But
and he found Munoz.
Is Mateta fit?
I think he's whether he's fit as in match fit
Yeah.
and ready to go, and maybe
Is
a
he
bit
gonna be-
dazed, but I think he's available. To
I can't see Fulham losing that game.
Really?
I really can't.
Yeah.
I think.
the thing is,
I think because
teams take
they.
it seriously
think-
now,
I
and it's a
think
chance to go
because-
to Wembley.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think Fulham.
I think Fulham know it'd be a tough shot
Yeah,
to get European football.
yeah.
I
this
think
is a
I
chance
think
to silver- the
and
best
they're
chance
not
to
they're not
silver
going to
where
get
any
they're
of
not
these teams
they're
are
not
gonna
going to get relegated. They're not going to get European football realistically. Throw your eggs into one basket.
Yeah.
Take a shot at the FA Cup.
I think the home teams here have got a huge advantage because the games are so tight, apart from
Yeah.
maybe Preston
Yeah,
Villa.
I agree.
And because they know how big of a chance it is to win,
Yeah.
then they're going to go.
Craven
for it.
Cottage
Yeah,
can.
Fulham at Craven Cottage are very obviously Palace won there the other month, but other than that, Craven
We
Cottage
lost,
is
didn't they? After they beat us, they beat them, didn't they?
Craven Cottage can
Pretty
really
sure.
become like a horrid place to go, and especially when
Yeah,
If
it's one of the
Fulham
worst
are on
atmospheres
it-
ever. But Fulham, in terms of their playing style, make it
exactly,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
The atmosphere is woeful.
Smith were obviously
Yeah.
big for Fulham.
I think he'll put a strong 11 as well. And
Definitely,
Yeah.
like I said,
I don't know,
think
I'm
he'll
just
throw
going to
it.
say
If,
Palace. I've got a
if
feeling
Palace
Palace.
don't have Mateta, I don't think
I've
they
just
don't
got a
get
feeling.
through.
I think Glasnow's a very good cup manager as well.
Score protection.
2-1 Fulham.
I'm going to say 1-1 and extra time. Palace win it.
3-1 Fulham.
Okay. Brighton Forest. Now
This
let's
is
get the
tough.
outsider's view first. You said to me earlier on it, so you best stick to it because otherwise I'll call you out.
Go on.
What did you say earlier? Go on.
Can't remember now. I just can't see Forest losing.
Yeah, you said you thought we'd win.
I just can't see Forest losing.
We
Like,
can.
I can't see. I
Yeah.
can't see Forest losing a match of football at the minute.
Thing is,
Yeah.
we should be confident because
We beat
this
them
is a team we
7-0.
beat 7-0.
Absolutely.
But ever since that,
But
7-0,
Brighton have been
they've
unreal.
Been unbelievable.
Unreal.
That's why I think it could be a pens again,
I really hope not. I really hope not, especially because we've got United on the Tuesday.
and we got to get out of
Yeah, it's just
Falmouth.
like, and
Yeah.
do you know what? To be fair, he's got players come back from international.
I mean, I never say Forest might win a game of football, so I'm going to say Brighton go through, possibly 2-0 on the night. But
Really?
I do think we've got a chance.
I think Brighton probably being at home might edge it.
Well,
Might
2-2
just
wasn't it
edge
earlier in the
I'm
season?
Yeah.
going Forest 2-1.
I want to be confident, but I'm just. It's one of them where you just have a bad feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Preston Villa. Now Preston have had a reasonably favourable draw, but they beat Burnley 3-0 in the last round, which nobody would have seen coming really. And
Surely
that
Villa-
is literally all they've got to play for.
5-1 Villa.
Surely Villa have too much.
5-1
You'd think so,
Villa.
wouldn't you? I don't think
Preston
it.
to go through.
Yeah, I would. Then we get them in the semis.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, Heckenbottom's a weird one there, isn't it, as well? Because
Yeah.
I was really impressed by him getting there, but he's
do
done
not
absolutely
like it.
nothing.
I do not like him. Yeah, but he can't really do a lot with that Preston squad, can
Yeah,
you, Joyce?
Could Villa be dreaming
Yeah.
of the double, the Champions League and the FA Cup? Who knows?
You got to remember, the last two FA Cup semi-finals, like the last 2 years, sorry,
Mhm.
there's been a championship team
Yeah,
in
Sheffield
both.
United.
Yeah,
United,
of
Coventry.
course.
Yeah, that's very true.
So could
And
they?
And Coventry
keep it
were
up?
robbed as well, weren't they?
They were.
And it's
robbed.
not as. I think Preston.
Being at home, it's big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
huge. And I think they wouldn't want to play Bournemouth or City. I think they'd rather have Villa than us.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So possibly Palace, Brighton, Fulham, or Villa is what you'd choose. And so it's not the worst time in the world for them.
Because Villa
5-1
played a lot
Villa.
of
Yeah.
football.
I honestly believe 5-1 Villa, and Villa will steamroll Marco Asensio hat-trick.
Wow. You
I-
heard it here
I-
first.
He's not injured. I thought he was
I'd love it if he's injured now.
I don't believe he is. I don't believe he is.
We'll say 2-0 Villa.
Okay. I think Preston will make a good fist of it, as teams always do, especially when they're this close. But yeah, I'll go 2-1 Villa. And then the big one is Bournemouth-Man City. Now, I think everybody would just love it so much if Bournemouth done Man City out of the FA Cup.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, because we might have to play them.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. That's what scares me, because Forest's bogey team is Bournemouth. Like, if you define a bogey team, it is Bournemouth. We've not beat them since 2014.
Yeah.
Bournemouth
And albeit
2014.
they were in the Prem for 5 years, obviously, and we weren't.
Yeah.
I mean, we beat them in pre-season.
Oh yeah, did not value lineups thing, did you? Yeah, honestly, mate, we cannot beat Bournemouth, but I think they, maybe apart from us at home, have got the best chance of any team left to knock Man City out.
Yeah.
And surely this would be in so long the first semi-finals if they get knocked out without the big six for so long.
They've dropped off though, Bournemouth recently.
Yeah, they have, haven't they?
Not won many.
Yeah, they lost to Brentford, didn't they?
Maybe
last
the
week?
international breaks came at a good time for them. They can reset, come
maybe.
back together, and pick up where they left off.
I think City will go through.
Yeah, I think City will win the whole thing. I just think
Yeah.
Pep's not going to go a season without winning silverware, is he? And
exactly.
It just seems inevitable.
3-1
Yeah.
City.
If we get them in the final, I'd maybe back us, but semis,
I'm going to say 2-0 Manchester City.
What are you saying?
2-0.
3-1. 3-1 City.
All right. Yeah. I'll go 2-0.
Is it? Where is that?
Is that Bournemouth?
Is that
That's
Bournemouth?
what gives Bournemouth more of a chance, I think. Yeah.
I just want City to go through.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Notts County that weekend have got Newport away. I know it's one of your favourite
my favourite away
days.
days, yeah. I don't know why.
Are you going to be going?
I mean, if I'm not going to go to the Forest game.
Well, yeah, Josh had tickets for the Brighton game, and we were meant to go from Gatwick Airport after going to Milan, but he decided to get his passport damaged, so we couldn't go. Yeah. So well done, Josh.
We're actually going to Marbella though next month instead. So
I've had no say in this. I've had no say in this, but you are paying. So,
exactly.
So I suppose that's justified. Have you enjoyed your debut, Josh?
Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Living the dream.
Good stuff. Kian, have you enjoyed your press box debut? Are you coming back?
We'll think about it.
If the money's good enough.
I can give you some sweets. That's about it. I've got one strawberry lace left in my room. So.
Shotgun. Sorry.
Okay, hope everybody enjoyed watching. If you did, make sure you click like on the video, hit subscribe on the Woodwork's YouTube channel, and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload. We'll be back with more content, football, darts, and F1 later on in the week. Have a good weekend. Come on, you Reds.
You
We'll see you next time.